Hey Dave, what's up? All right, so the first thing I want to go over is just kind of the walking back. All right, so notice how the feet are wide, and then the first step you take is inwards, and then this one goes inwards. Watch. So that one goes inside, this one goes inside as well. So what we want is get the feet narrow before you start, stand up with it first, take a step back, and then set your foot width. Okay, it's gonna help with balance, and then also like if the feet are narrow, when you walk backwards, that bar is gonna come straight backwards. When they're wide, you take wide steps. It's gonna shift from side to side. So start with a narrow stance, take a step back, and then set your foot width. Now on the descend, we want to make sure the chest stays up, shoulders are tight, drive the knees out, sit the hips back, get as deep as you can, and then come up. We want to try to maintain the back angle on the way up. And when I say maintain, I mean there's a point from here to here. We want to see that rise together. So notice how the hips shift back a little bit. The chest dips down. Okay. So it's going to be a fight between the chest to keep the chest in the right position and to drive with the hips too as well. So that's something we're going to have to work on. We're also going to have to work on depth a little bit. Seemed like depth was a little inconsistent, kind of high on this one. So we're really going to hammer depth and back position on these. So also make sure that we're using that Duffalo bar until your mobility increases. Take a nice wide grip on that. Put that bar as low as you can on your back, and make sure you're squeezing your shoulder blades back together. Okay. All right, bench. We'll start with the unrack procedure. All right. So this is a good unrack. I can tell because as you lift it off, the bar goes forward. So watch the arc position of the bar. Notice how it comes off the pins and it goes forward. That tells me that you're using your lats and you're in the right position, okay? I want every unrack to look exactly like that, all right? I think the feet here are just a little bit too wide. I know I said wide stance. Ankles should be under the knees, okay? And feet should be as wide as you can. I know you mentioned that hip is a little tight, so we're going to have to play around with that stance a bit. But before you start each rep, go through that checklist. Chest stays high, feet are tight, driving the knees out, big breath in, and then go fast, all right? It's going to be very important that we keep the feet planted. See how afterwards you kind of move the feet back. So get the feet under you just a tiny bit, and make sure that you pause in between each rep, which you're doing a great job at. The pause allows you to just kind of go through your cues, your mental cues in your head. I think these look really, really good. The bar starts to kind of tilt a little bit, so make sure that you're squeezing the left hand as hard as possible. All right, so we could promote some more neural drive on that left side, okay? All right. Awesome, man. Nice job. You could also write the difficulty level down on this on a scale of 1 to 10 and kind of what you struggled with. You said that your cardio was kind of a little bit a little bit off, so that's something you probably want to put in there. I also added some stretches in, so I'd like you to do those on your own. If you look in your programming for the next workout, it's the bench T-spine extensions, which we went over. It's the child's pose lat stretches, which we went over. The 2 sets at 1 minute each. Okay. And then stick to overhead. If you have a stick, you could also use a broomstick. You could do this on the floor. You don't need rings to do this. So make sure that you're looking at the instructional videos. All right, there should be instructional videos with each one of these. Watch it, listen to it, and then I'll see you on Friday. Okay, man?